Good morning, folks. Welcome to Something More Than Gibberish. Since I started this show in August 2023, I have been blessed to be able to feature some amazing guests, and today, for the 68th episode, it is no exception. I have got Prinz Idriz Ibn Sheith from Nigeria featuring today. I was introduced to Prince through a fellow Nigerian poetess, and until then I was not aware of his work, and since then I've been blessed to get across his work. His bio says his name is Tunji Idris Shittu, but on Instagram his name comes up as Prinz Idriz Ibn Sheith. Hi Idris, if you want to put in a request to come up, I'll bring you up. So really looking forward to the next couple of hours getting to know this poet and expounding on his work. Without further ado, I shall bring him up. Yeah, 68 episodes, who would have thought? And I've got guests booked up until July this year already. Good morning, brother.
Good day, boss.
How are you, my friend? How are you? It's been a while waiting for this to happen.
Yeah, thank God we're here.
Now, firstly, before we get going, what do
Yeah.
I call you? Idris, Prinz, Tunji? What is it?
All right. Anyone, my friends, my close friends call me Tunji, or people officially Idris. Well, my name is all that my name is Tunji Idris. I am fair Prince. Yeah, Prince is the title anyway, just like inheritance.
What do you prefer?
Well, I prefer. Well, let me see. I don't know. I love all of them. But anyways, anyone you call me is fine. Tunji, but Tunji is general. Anyway, Tunji is fine. If you can pronounce Tunji, it's fine. And if
Okay,
Tunji is difficult, you go with Idris.
Tunji it is. Now, so tell us a bit about yourself, Tunji. What made you start writing?
Sorry?
What made you start your writing journey?
Wow. My writing journey it goes way back. Like when we were in, should I say, we started in secondary school, yeah? We started writing lyrics, rhymes, We were trying to be rap artists with my friends back then. But then I now discovered that when I was much younger in my elementary school, primary school, lower primary school, I used to make these drawings and make stories, these kind of stories of drawings of animation cartoons and all that. I'll be showing what they are thinking, their thoughts. I'll be writing a short story in my book. Later I discovered that one, then I had forgotten about that one. So when we were in secondary school, after graduation from elementary school with my friends, we started writing lyrics and all that for rap and all that. So when we discovered that we couldn't do rap, I discovered that I could convert my rap into poetry. So I converted all my rap songs into my rap lines rather into poetry. So when I did that, I was able to start writing. So my family and friends, started telling me that okay, I should write text messages for their loved one, for their lover, and all that. So I started drafting messages for them. People would call me in the middle of the night for me to write messages for them. Because that time, internet was not. Yeah, internet was not. It was not like this. It was not free. You couldn't just copy. There was no ChatGPT. There was no Google going to internet to go and check for something, you know. So it had to be something original, or you get a book of text messages, but mine was coming from my head. So somebody would call me, please, and my brother would say, hey bro, please, I need to impress a girl. They'll tell me I need to impress a girl, please help me send a message, this, that. I'll write on his behalf for the girl. And or my friends or my cousins, they'll call me, so I'll write on their behalf. And mind you, they'll be happy. They'll say they'll thank me, say the girl was so happy, she was smiling, she was all that, you know. So that's how my poetry started. From there, I elevated into, what do you call it, writing stories professionally. I started writing stories officially. Then my first story I posted on Facebook was about a bus ride, you know. So it was about a guy that took a bus ride. He was talking with a girl, you know, they were having a conversation throughout the ride. But before he knew it, the ride had ended. But he didn't remember to collect her number, you know. So, yeah. But the next time he was gonna see her, it was on her wedding day. She was getting married. She was getting married. So he was like, wow. If he had known, he would have gotten her number. Maybe he will be the one. He will be the one that will get married to her, you know. So that's how I started writing my stories, started building up. I joined writers group, posting my stories, posting my poetry, and my voiceover and all that, you know. So everything started like that. So now I have a collection of stories. I have a novel. I've not printed them. I've not published them. I have a series collection of poetry. I have a collection of stories. And I have a novel, a full novel ready. Then I'm working on the kind of inspirational one right now. That's what I'm working on right now.
Yeah.
But that's all I have right now at the moment. But it's been an interesting ride and motivational one actually, because writing is what I love doing. You know, it brings out the best in me. I love writing so much. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's good, because I was going to ask you what inspires you to keep writing. What sort of subjects inspire you? Now I know you're based in Nigeria.
Yeah.
In Lagos. You're in Lagos, correct?
Yeah, I'm in Ibadan currently right now. But I moved Lagos and Ibadan, but I'm currently in Ibadan right now.
Yeah. So I've noticed your work is more spiritual, more uplifting, more about life, and very encouraging. I love the power.
Exactly.
So you seem to be inspired more by the inner thought and what life means to you than your surrounding environment, which is phenomenal. I love that, because it's universal.
It is universal. Because when you think about life, what gets life? Because for me, I believe the most important thing about life is loving each other, caring for one another, you know, making life easy for each other. So definitely, that's what I believe in. So that's why I keep writing about that. I keep writing about love. I keep promoting peace. You know, I keep self-thought, self-reflection. You know, about yourself, about what you've thought about yourself, about what you're becoming, about experience of life. You know, I've experienced a lot of things in my lifetime, so that's given me a lot of wisdom to be able to put things together. You know, so I see it as it's something. I see my writing skill as a gift from God, that okay, use this one to pass a message to people, you know. I've written something one time, you know, I just got up, inspiration just came, I posted it. Somebody just told me that, somebody sent me a private message and told me that, could you believe that this message resonated with her? That her mind was just in this realm, but the message I just sent just made her clarification. That if that message was meant for her. You know, the thing just came to me. I didn't feel like I needed, but I just felt like, okay, let me just write this and post it out there, you know. So that's not the first time, that's not the last. You know, a lot of people have come to me and told me that, somebody even told me that, please, I should never stop writing. Somebody begged me, say, I should never stop writing because some things I write just like I'm writing to that particular person. For myself, I just feel like I'm an instrument. I'm just like I'm an instrument of passing the message, you know. So I feel like just anyone that comes, I pass it on, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I always post it online, Facebook, and all that. Somebody was even telling me one time that why do I keep posting my stuff? People will be stealing it. I say, well, how do they call it? It's my natural gift. If somebody steals it, I'll write again because one of my some of my work, people are actually stealing some of my works. There was one story I posted one time. One guy copied everything. He now edited everything. Now want to post it on his page. He changed the name. He changed everything and all that. So he changed everything, but he changed the name and he now posted it as himself. So when I now commented that this is my story, he now deleted my comment, you know, and blocked me. So I was like, you know, people do that. So it's just funny. How this is somebody's material, then edit it as yours. You're not giving credit to the owner. You know, it's just funny. So something like that, even a script. I've written a script for somebody, a movie script for someone. He ran away, you know, he didn't pay me, he didn't do all that. So I just feel like, bro, it comes naturally for me. So I believe when it's my time, the right person will come around and I'll write something good for the person and the person will like it and I get paid what I deserve. So all those people that have been staying and writing, running away is for them, not for me. Because the writing stuff is natural. It's natural for me, so it comes naturally. So I have no doubt about that.
Look, the world's full of unscrupulous people, unfortunately, and that's
Exactly.
what the world has been ever since creation, right? And it probably will be for a very, very long time. But writing movie scripts now, that's pretty something out there. That's pretty huge. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's
So,
good. It's good because you know I'm a movie person. I love movies. I love watching movies. I've been watching movies a lot since I was young, so I still watch movies though. I love
yeah,
watching movies. So to an extent, so my stories. See, that's why I said this thing. I believe is just natural talent because, like I explained earlier, I graduated from poetry to writing messages and to writing stories. Then from stories, I started writing scripts. Decided to jump into writing movie scripts. I've written a couple of two, yeah, one or two. So I just kept them. But there was one I did for someone, but it ran away. So there was nothing I could do. There was nothing. I just keep hoping that one day, the one I've written or something, someone's going to notice and say, okay, yeah, we love this. Let's work on it.
you said before, about us helping writing material that where we can help fellow humans, and that is so beautiful,
Sorry.
man. You said before, your material that comes to you, you post it where we can help each other to grow.
Yeah.
And I think that's absolutely beautiful because part of the criteria of this show, the reason I do this show is that the discussions we have, the poetry we hear, the expounding on those work could reach somebody in some corner of the world who's in a desperate situation with nobody to turn to. Because
Exactly.
let's face it, doesn't matter what culture you come from, our hearts still hurt the same, our hearts still bleed the same.
I
We,
agree. I agree.
we face the same challenges. So having you on the show is a perfect um, feature for the whole aim of the show. It's to be able to help people, whoever, because as I've said before, I will after posting this in Instagram, I would create a YouTube, I'd create a Spotify, and I'll send you those links which you can use to your discretion as much as any way you like. You don't know who's going to hear it, and I find in life
Exactly.
we get what we need when we most need it. So,
Thank you.
hopefully,
I love that statement. We get what we need when we most needed it. That's good. That's a good one.
I've found that in my own life, and I believe in it, firmly believe in it.
Mm.
And not
That's
to
a
be
good one.
what we want,
You know,
but
when she told me that you wanted to feature me on your program, I was like, wait, who wants to feature me? Who knows me? She was like, she has been reading my stuff and she likes it and she thinks I'll be a good candidate for your program. I was like, whoa, really? I was like, okay, then no problem. I was even scared. I was like, really? Someone really wants to feature me. I was like, yeah, okay, let's
she
do this, no problem.
she is a long-standing, avid supporter of this show. I'm surprised she's
Yeah,
not
yeah, she
on
said so.
3 o'clock. She must be working, but yeah, she's very supportive.
Mm.
And helps me a lot in the background with some of the administrative work, with some of the artworks for the flyers and so forth. So um, somebody's saying, "Thank you, Doctor Strange. Your story is
Yeah,
inspiring, and I love
yeah.
all the writings."
I had a friend of mine from a group. Yeah, I go by the name of Dr. Strange, one group. So I post all my writings and all that. So this is a friend, a close friend from one of those groups.
Wow,
He's in the
what a
he's
name.
in the military. He's in the military in the US right now. So
Right. You've got quite a list of names. Now,
yeah, exactly.
now, besides your writing, you're also a voiceover and spoken word artist as well. The voiceover,
Ex-
do you do it for professionally or?
yeah, yeah, I do it professionally actually. I do it professionally. And I do it for fun, you know. I do it professionally. And the fun fact, let me tell you something funny about that story. When I was younger, I didn't like my voice. I used to think my voice was rugged and crooked, you know. When I grew up, I started saying, because I didn't know how to control my voice when I was younger. So the voice was like crazy rugged. I couldn't use it to sing anything. So I was like, this, I shouldn't be using this voice for anything. So I grew older. When I sent voice to people, people were like, wait, your voice is actually cool. Is that, is this and that. You should try this. So that's when I started diverting into voiceover. And actually, when I did the first one and the second one, I discovered that people actually loved it. You know.
That's awesome. We'll have to get you to do some different voices for us. That's a skill, I admire people who do that. That's brilliant. Um, and you've been writing for quite well over a decade as well, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Over a decade, yeah. Over a decade. I've
Can
been
we?
writing for over a decade.
Yeah. Would you like to share some of your pieces, and perhaps we can talk on those?
Yeah, yeah. I think I have one or two here. Where I didn't see. I think I have one or two I can share. Let's see. Okay. This is the fate about our path. The fate about our path. That's AFATE. About our path. Until fate twists our paths together again, let my voice calm your fears. Let my words comfort you. Let my laughter entertain you. Let my last touch keep you company. Let the sun brighten your day and the rain suit your evenings. As my smile travels miles across the Nile, eyes dazzling like the purest of waters from heaven, and our names carved on the permanent tapestry of life, I desire to fulfill your heart desires. Let this tea warm you up, dipped in a dazzling chocolate flavor with a glow and flow of the glittered sun. Hold forth, cause I ride home soon. Wait for me, wait for me, I'm coming.
That speaks to so many. That can be a prayer. That can be a plea to a past to a somebody who's ascended. That can be words from a mother to a child. That can be words between close friends. That's so healing.
Yeah, let me look for another one. This one is romantic, but let me look for another
Before
one that
we go into
feel
the
okay.
one, before we go,
This one, I titled this one "Voices to be Heard." What is my crime? How shall I explain? It's something quite plain. Life shouldn't be this complicated, but clear like plain surface. We should all be connected on a moral and spiritual plane as humans. Humanity should exist with simplicity, yet the complexities of life have taken us this far. Where and how did we get it wrong? One may never know. Crimes unpunished, households ruined, a family separated, innocent lives scarred for life while culprits roam the streets freely because they are of the so-called superior gender. Why should I suffer at the hands of another, yet a family meeting called, and I'm asked to forgive and keep quiet about my mutilation and molestation? Why should I always be at the receiving end because I have protruding breasts and a gap between my legs? Why should I be asked to save the family name instead of my life? Why should I always be put down and undermined every time I try to voice out my thoughts and feelings? Why say I'm the weaker sex when I'm controlling my audience better than you? Why should I be taken advantage of because I am gratuitously attractive? Why is my gender blamed for being labeled as a sex object? Why are we blamed for the stigma forced on us? Is it a crime to be a wonderful being? Is it a crime to be born a woman? Let the world answer this and save every troubled girl child. I wrote this for the girl child because, there was a time they said women get raped within the family and they let the culprit go because they said they should settle within the family. They now come out for the man or all that, to let the thing go. But the girl gets to live with the shame and the trauma, it never goes away. So I wrote that for that period when we were doing the girl child advocacy and all that. So I had to sit down and just think about what some girls go through, because they undergo sexual harassment and sexual molestation from people that are older than people that they trust, maybe their uncle, and all that. I mean, somebody it might not even be their uncle, it might not be a relative, somebody close to the family, But these days, I've heard that boys too have undergone that when they were younger, So yeah, boys too have suffered that at the hands of elderly ladies when they were younger. So it goes both ways. But I particularly wrote this for the girl child. So that girl child, that's what I wrote for them.
that's a very powerful piece, my friend. Two things that I'm a very compassionate and friendly, caring, helpful person, but
Yeah, I've noticed. Yeah.
the dark side of me is very, very violent. And what triggers that dark side of me is two things: rape and child abuse. Those two, that I could not work in law enforcement for that reason, because if I walk into that situation, I would be judged.
You won't be able to control yourself. Yeah, I understand.
That was that was a pretty powerful piece, and a piece that needs to be said too, because it's not uh, localized to one locality. It's a global plague. It happens in every culture and creed, and it's rich or poor. It happens to it's in every corner of existence. And it's a disgusting aspect of humanity.
And I agree. Perhaps I'll do a voiceover about it soon. I should do that.
I think you captured the whole concept and the whole wrongdoings of it in such a beautiful way. You really did.
Yeah,
Because why should it be any different because of their gender or because of their...
exactly. Exactly.
Um, I love the power of your even the first piece that you read. It was such a healing piece to I can see a parent, a father or a mother saying that to their child when they're in tears, when they're heartbroken, when they've been disappointed in life. I can see that to between two close friends, But and this piece to the other extreme where it deals with the darker side of life, the power of that, the questions, the reflectiveness we should ask ourselves, you know. Um, Brother, I'm so glad to have crossed paths with you because when I see your reels and your posts, even the short in a few lines, you can give such a powerful message.
Yeah, and I'm grateful for that. And thankful and grateful for the person that recommended me to you. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here as well. Because
Oh,
I've seen the interviews with other people. You're doing a very good job, a very great one. Not everyone that has the time to bring people together, to bring talents out there, to really relate to what they're doing, the kind of artwork and all that. It's not an easy thing. But you find time, you check everybody's work, you notice what they do, you give constructive criticism, you check their work and see everything, you relate to what they are doing. I was like, wow, this is someone that is very gifted. So I was like, you're really a great mentor. I said, if I am to grow up, I want to be like you. I said that.
thank you, brother. Now, I'll be, well, I'm hoping to be in Abuja on the 20th of April, and
All right.
I I'm there till mid-May, and in that time, I'm hoping to fly to Lagos. So if you happen to be in Lagos at the time, it'll be awesome to meet in person.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, if that just come to Lagos, I can meet you there, no problem. We
yeah.
can. We can meet up.
The My predicament at the moment is the flights from Australia to Nigeria go through the Middle East. Matter of fact, my flight
Right.
had a stopover in Doha, and Doha's been bombed, and all
That place,
flights.
that's not a good place to be right now.
Yeah, it's all disrupted, all the flights. So I'm hoping that this trouble subsides or they find alternate routes so that because I'm flying with Qatar Airlines, so Doha
Yeah,
is
yeah,
their main hub.
yeah. Qatar always follow that route. Yeah, I
So
understand.
fingers crossed, and I'm praying that things get sorted because I don't want my trip disrupted. I want to get to Nigeria on the 20th.
And we,
On the
we want you, we want you to come as well. I'm looking forward to meet you seriously, one
uh,
in person.
same. And Adaze was saying because she's not so familiar. Well, it's been many years since he moved out of Lagos, so she said we can talk to um, Tunji and yeah, we can maybe catch up and things like that. So yeah, looking forward to it. Just
Yeah,
fingers
I did.
crossed.
She's a wonderful person. She's a wonderful person.
Oh, phenomenal! One of the most
Yeah,
beautiful souls I've connected with on this. She's so honest, authentic, committed, and tirelessly gives to others. Very, very
yeah.
amazing soul. So, well, that's no April's not far, so I'm counting the days. I've got all my maths.
It's not far. I was telling someone, when did we start January? We're already in March. You know, and March
Yeah,
is already how many days? March is already like 6 days.
exactly.
We're in the sixth day. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
So I just need this trouble to end. Um, Now, did you say you published your work in books or it's coming?
online, but it didn't make any impact, so I had to remove it. So I wrote the book. I
Yeah.
went back, did some adjustment and all that. So I've not published it again. That's the novel that I said I finished. So then I now wrote a collection of stories, different short stories in one book. Then I have a collection of poetry. That's where I read these two from. The collection of
Yeah.
poetry is where I read these two pieces I read just now. That's why I read this from. And the fun fact is, I don't mean to brag, but you see, when I'm writing this, it doesn't take more than 5 minutes to write, or two or three 5 minutes to write these things. Once the inspiration just come, when I have the words, once the words align, I just start writing, and that's all. And I'll start editing and all that, and fine tuning. That's all.
Yeah.
It doesn't take more than 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes to write it.
If you've got your books handy, maybe show them up on the screen so that people can recognize the covers and look for the.
No, I don't have the cover. They are not yet, what do you call it? They are not yet printed, and they're not yet
Oh,
edited. I just have them on the software, just on Microsoft
yeah,
Word documents, Yeah, yeah. So I just aligned them. They are there. So by the time I'm ready to talk to our publisher, but we have not finalized on anything yet.
yeah,
So I'm just taking my time. I don't want to rush, because I want
yeah,
everything to be streamlined and to be done well.
yeah.
To be
That's
done
fair.
well. Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Because I think your work needs to get out there because I think the power of and the subjects that you write, it's phenomenal. At the end of the day, as poets, if our words can um, reach people and uplift their lives, help them through the dark time passages, then our work is worthwhile. If
Exactly.
it's
That's what I hope to achieve. That somebody will be reading my lines or my books or something online and say because of me that he changed his mind or she changed her mind about doing a certain thing. So I always feel like that. That's something something that I should look forward to. That okay, yeah, you can change people's lives. You can make things better for people. God has given you this gift. Why waste it? Why waste it? Why keep it to yourself? Get it out there. You know. At the point, I always tell people that there are people who will vouch for you. People will like your. There are people who will like you for what you do, and others will not like you for that same thing. This same writing we are talking about. Some people used to complain I post too much. I post this, that, that. Don't I rest? Don't I? Other people come and defend me that that's consistency. He has been writing. The person said he has known me for 3 years. That the 3 years he has known me, I've been writing consistently. So that means that's my passion and all that. But another person was complaining that why do you keep doing this? People don't need this. People need it, but people don't talk. Sometimes people even come to when you share these things on groups, people don't like to come out in the open that they need it. They come to your DM. So other people now feel that yeah, you're just posting, nobody is commenting on it, but people are actually coming to the DM and saying, yeah, this is what I needed, this is good, thank you for sharing this and that, And now that WhatsApp has created people that you can like somebody's post and all that, you don't have to comment. People do that.
mm, mm,
So the funny thing I always say one day if I'm going to get an opportunity to speak on stage, I'll say I'm thanking the people that criticize me negatively. I'm thanking the people that said it won't work out because those are the people that pushed me. I'm going to thank people that supported me as well. I'm going to
yeah,
say because I know that sometimes I feel that people that criticize you are the one that ginger you more. You feel like yeah, they're telling you that you're doing wrong, but you know you're doing the right thing, so you want to do more, to prove them wrong.
yeah.
So that's just it. That's what I believe in. So we should never allow ourselves to be talked down by anyone. We should do what you believe in. Go for it. Because
100%.
some people talk down on you because they are afraid to do their own thing. They are afraid. So when they see other people doing things, they get scared. They feel that okay, they are left behind.
Yeah.
But if so they are afraid of doing their own thing. So because they can't do their own thing, they want to put you down as well for to do yours. But you can do yours, they can do theirs, and you can still even help them change their mind that it's not too late for anything. It's not too late.
That's most encouraging, and you are so right. Most people are, hold back of themselves for fear of being judged by their communities. And now it's more so being on social media, on a global platform, being judged by somebody else in some other corner of the world. But all I got to say to people, to anyone who's holds themselves back because of it, just remember that none of us are perfect. We're all here living life to learn the lessons we need to. What we lack, somebody else might have, but remember what they lack, you might have. So never feel inferior to anybody. Anybody. Doesn't matter what station they hold in life. We're all the same. From your prime ministers, from your world leaders to your beggars, we're all the same. I have learned many things about life from janitors in organizations as much as I have learned from managing directors. So don't feel inferior. Be who you are and live who you are. That's all I can say.
That was a good one.
You know, the now talking about organizations, you professionally, you've got quite a few hats on as well. So you had a master's degree in public administration. What does
Yeah.
that actually mean, public administration?
Yeah, public administration, like studying, something about people, arranging people, getting people to do things together,
Yeah,
administrative work, how it works, just like say governing, you know, governing, making sure people do the right thing,
yeah,
making people work to bring out the best in them, you know,
yep,
and making life better for everyone.
yeah,
Administration goes. Why I love the course is that you, as an administrator, you can work in a lot of places.
yeah,
You can work in different places. You can work in different places. You can work anywhere. If you're going to perform administrative duties or HR or any of that, you can follow that all those, as an administrator. So that's
yeah,
why I feel that it's a good thing. It just that actually why I even did the course was that I was aiming for international relations because I feel like in the future I might end up being a diplomat. You know, so I
yeah,
felt that I had to do it. Yeah, I had to do international relations. So public administration was my part, my stepping stone to go into international relations because my background was science. I did food science and technology under my undergraduate. Yeah, so I was going to use public administration to move into international relations.
yeah.
So that's the plan. Anyways, I'm still on it.
Yeah, I noticed in your bio you'd also had a HND in food science. Did you ever work in that space, in the food
Yeah,
science?
I did. When I graduated, I didn't really work there. But when I was doing my internship, when I was doing my IT, I worked in NASCO. Then I worked in the bakery. Where we apply what we were taught in school. Processing, preservation of foods and all that. Baking biscuit, the processing of making biscuits, making cornflakes and all that. Everything we saw the real processes and taking protein content of protein
Yeah.
foods and all that. I applied all that when I was doing my IT and all that. But after graduation, that's when I moved into a different field, life. I always tell people, you plan something, but life takes you on a different path, and you have to welcome that path. Because everything you have gone through in life is building you to become somebody. It's building you to become somebody. So definitely you have to accept it. You do not reject it because even this me coming here is there's something about it. I didn't even know if you had asked me 4 months, 5 months ago that would I be on live with you. I didn't even know who you were like 4 to 5 months ago until I did this
Yeah.
recommended it that okay she has a friend in Australia that those people she has seen the way I write that she likes it. I think she thinks I'll be a good candidate. So and I said okay no problem, let's give it a shot. So I came to your page and I saw that and I said okay yeah this is good. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. So
I'm so glad you did, because it's an absolute pleasure to connect with a, a soul that follow my poetry. It's generally about life as well, based on my experiences and what each event taught me. So to meet a fellow poet who also writes on uplifting lives and analysis of life and what life has taught us through
yeah,
experiences, it's an absolute pleasure. It really is.
it is. It is. I agree. It is. Seriously, it is. When you see someone that you relate with, someone that understands you, it makes you feel better. Sometimes because you feel like, okay, when you're writing within among people that people don't really get you what you're doing, you feel like maybe you're wasting your gift or something.
Yeah.
Unless people, feel like, okay, people are actually seeing what you do.
Yeah.
So you get to understand that, yeah, this is actually cool, and you can make things out of it. You can make better things, and you can write more.
Yeah. Now, and then you also are into art. You're an RT enthusiast as well.
Sorry?
You're into the technology and
Yeah,
IT.
yeah, 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 yeah. Currently, I'm even studying cybersecurity right now. I'm undergoing study with cybersecurity. But I did back then. I did assembly and disassembling of hardware, software, and all that. So, and knowing the computer basics, essentials of computer. You
Yeah.
know, so because I believe we're moving to tech world. Even AI, I would love to learn AI as well, because I believe AI will help us. Because if you check some of my videos, I use AI to generate
Yeah.
one of my videos, and to the write up when I was writing on the table. I actually made a video of myself.
Yeah.
Then AI now extended the other ones. Made other versions of it. So that's why I feel that you can use AI to generate, make videos of yourself, do voiceover. Even we writers, we might still need AI to generate videos and make our own, and narrate the story we are writing, or the poetry we're trying to narrate, or sit down narrating the story.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Well, I think, yeah, it's a good tool to enhance things like the videography and so forth. And the lady we were speaking of before has just joined the room.
Yeah,
Hi.
yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, just going.
Yeah. So currently, I love the diverse areas that you've gone in professionally, from public administration, food science to technology.
Yeah,
I myself have had three major career changes through life, and I think it's great in this day and age.
all
Back
right.
in our parents' generation, you went down the line, and that's what you did for the rest of your life. We're blessed now. You can so easily pivot in your career choices. You go to uni, you spend 4 or 5 years, whatever, and then you're not stuck to that. Um, Halfway through, there's opportunities, which is great. Now, we were talking about life, how people get stuck in a certain path. As we have opportunity to change our career paths, if only we took the
Yeah,
time to convince ourselves that we also have at every second of every day, we have the opportunity to change what we don't like in ourselves and
I agree.
build on what we like in ourselves.
I agree.
So many times
I
I hear
agree.
people say, "Oh, I've always been like that." Well, we don't have to, as humans, we don't have to be how we've always been. Otherwise, we'll be walking around in Roman sandals and togas still, right? From the days of the great Roman Empire. we can change. You know, that poem that you
I
read
believe
before
I
on
believe I believe we shouldn't be rigid about certain things. We should be
mm,
flexible in making certain decisions and all that.
yep,
Spontaneous. You welcome things. You don't say this must be your path. This must be what you have to do. Sometimes life takes you on, like I mentioned earlier, it takes you on a different journey, and you decide that, okay, yeah, I'm here. This is what I have to do. And you might even decide, might even discover that you love that thing more than ever. I believe everyone has a talent anyway. Some of us just bury the talent. We don't harness it. We don't
mm,
exploit it. Some of us are afraid. We're afraid. We're afraid to explore that talent. That, okay, yeah. What if people are afraid that they might fail, you know. But
mm.
I believe it's something we can do, we can improve, we can become better. So we can do things and become great. So hence, that's what I just feel anyway.
Well, to me, that's the whole purpose of my life, to improve, to learn what I have failed to learn in the past. To at an inner level, not at a conscious mind level. What I learn here, I don't take beyond me, but what I learn in my heart, I take beyond my grave.
True, true.
If you look at that second piece you read about um, the child molestation, often within friends, close friends or families, uh, sexualized for somebody else's gratification, all that. Those are opportunities that we can learn. If that was a lesson you came here to learn, well, you can overcome that, right? So that then you take the gift of that lesson. It's to me, life is for me to learn, strengthen and learn what I haven't learned before, my weaknesses, strengthen them to be a better person, to give off myself to others in need, uh, to but unfortunately, the many get caught up in the physical world, the materialistic world, thinking that's what life is. What can I achieve in materialistic aspects? What can I achieve in status through my careers and stuff? At the end of the day, why do we all work? Do we work for nothing? No, we work to get funding to sustain the lifestyle we want to live. We don't
Agreed.
We don't work because we love, like you can love your work, certainly. I love my work, but not going there and working for somebody because I love them. I'm doing it to sustain the lifestyle. I'm working to allow me to do the things I want to do in life. Not that I live a grand life. I love simplicity in life. Anyway, brother, I think it's time we got into a bit more of your work. You got a wealth of wisdom in your work that I'd really like the world to hear. So, feel
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I believe so too. I believe so too.
certainly, man,
I
certainly.
believe, yeah. So I believe it's something one has to, like, when I read some of my work. Sometimes when I read it after a long while, I'm like, whoa, what was going on in my head when I wrote this? Like, seriously, I wrote this, man. This is cool, man. I was like, sometimes you just have to praise yourself, truly, before someone else praises you. I was like, wow, dude, you're trying. I was like, yeah, you know.
Floor is yours.
So how's the weather? How's the weather like in Australia?
We had a very hot summer up in the 40s and all that, but as of March, we're just entering autumn. We still got a lot of hot days, but it's going to start cooling down now. My
All
season
right.
are totally opposite to the northern hemisphere.
All right.
As the US are coming into spring, I'm going into autumn, or as they call it, the fall. When they're in summer, I'm in winter. So yeah, totally opposite.
Wow. Totally opposite. That's interesting. All
Yeah.
right. This one I have said I call it my elixir of life. My elixir of life. So I have a blue heart, sweet, tender, cool, and transparent, like the waters, clear like the skies, and as pure as the sea, steady like the waves, but explosive like a passionate tribe, calmly desperate, but patiently subtle and fragile, lovingly everlasting and superbly loyal, yet naively gullible. Sleep now, my lovely, beauteous Painite, because we have a million lifetimes to love and know each other perfectly. My heart beats fast, and blood is fast paced in my veins as the thought of you sneaks through my mind. His mildly curved lips of fulfillment appeared from nowhere as I reminisced with merriment our last pleasant memory together. Time and distance are just variables construct with the heart when the heart lingers in genuine and prayers of love. All challenges can be overcome when the heart is true and just. I am the light to your soul. You are the rain to my storm, my elixir of calmness and tranquility. I am the calm waters of your flaming desires, flare of passion of truth, uniting us in bliss and peace. Our yin and yang sing to a melodious harmony. You have been mine through the sands of time. The reason I have been alone until now, time has taught us lessons while faith gave us hope. This is us and our path to a great and fulfilled destiny. There's light, life, hope, patience, peace, and bliss in falling in love genuinely. There's light, life, hope, patience, and bliss in falling in love genuinely. And I'm falling in love genuinely with you.
Ah, um, I love how it doesn't matter whether it's a love poem, there's say something about a social injustice. You always factor in the deeper aspect on the inner aspect on how we should look at life, you know. And that's to me that's beautiful poetry. If it can
Yeah,
if it can inspire inner reflection on any aspect in life, be it greed. The second piece was about the injustices to young adolescents
girls, yeah,
growing up in
yeah,
household. If it can instigate inner reflection and thought of the within the reader, planting the seed so that that tree can grow to a
yeah.
beautiful, you know? um, and you always are able to add that deeper aspect from of life into your pieces, and that's phenomenal. Really profound, very profound, simple lines that carry so much power and so much potential to empower people to grow. That, my friend, is amazing. Yeah, that is to me, that's poetry. I'm not saying
Thank
everything else is
you.
poetry, but to me, the poetry that I connect with, that I value, is those inner sentiments that makes me think to clear the dark shadows in my own mind.
I agree.
You do that so effortlessly.
Yeah,
I,
exactly.
I
That's why I said that some of this just come, effortlessly. I don't even. There was a time I was telling someone was telling me that that's your time, that's your gift, that's your something God has given you. Because when somebody said you find it difficult in writing, I was like, why? Why do you find it difficult to write? It's something I just do. I just sit down, just just write, play with words and all that. So people now say you're not the same. You're not giving the same talent, and I realized that yeah, you're right. For me, I find it easy, very easy to just sit down and compose something and just write, and play and just dash people, just write something. Just imagine on the people's birthday when I write for their birthdays, it just find people like matter. People deserve to be celebrated on their birthday, so I just write special things for them. When I write, people like, dude, God, have mercy. Especially some of the ladies when they see what I write for them, they will shout me like, whoa, 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 thanks for this, I'm happy, thank you very much for making my day and all of that. So
It's
it's good.
I personally find through my own experience, most of my writing is just inspired. It just comes to me. But if I was to just pick a subject and say, I want to write about this, then it's from here. And that's where the struggle becomes. And I'll try to paint a picture from here. But when I write, what comes naturally, it flows so beautifully. And when I read it, I myself am learning, shit, did I just write that? Where did that come from? And it flows so easily. And your work, as it is, I can tell when I read it that it's inspired pieces. It's not like you trying to paint a picture, whether it's about poor me or look at me, look at who I am, or wow, look at that. It's inspired words that come from within, that come from reflecting on the meaning of life.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's why you
That's
find
how
it.
that's how that's how you should be. We should reflect on life all the time. Whatever decisions we are making in life, whatever things we are doing, we should reflect about life, everything because life is everything that revolves around us. So definitely we have to self-reflect about ourselves, growth, being better and all that, making life better for ourselves and the people around us and the people coming behind us. So that's how I live my life. Just trying to make things better for myself and the people around me and people that are coming after me. So one day they'll say I left a good legacy behind. Or when somebody is reading my work or somebody is seeing something I posted, they'll be like, yeah, this is the real deal. I love this. Yeah, I love what this guy did. I love what he wrote. Just the way we read other people that are passed on, other writers that are passed on, we read their works and we're inspired, we're impressed by what they have done. Even though they are no more, but we still pray for them. We wish them well that they have really done something, and their words are still changing our lives. That's what I hope to achieve in my own lifetime. So that when I'm still around, somebody will still go back and read what I dropped, and feel good to live life and do something better about their own life.
So well said, brother. So well said. And it truly is a pleasure and an honor to have connected with you because it's those sentiments are very key drivers in my own life. And this is probably why I resonate so well with so beautifully with your work. And I'm so gifted to have this opportunity to speak with you, albeit on a screen. God willing, we'll meet very soon. Within the next
Amen.
month and a half, we get to meet in person. But it really is a pleasure to have to be able to speak with you and understand more of what drives you, what drives your work, what makes you get up in
That
the.
that's mutual. That's a mutual feeling. Same here. I feel the same here. I feel the same here. And thanks for your word of encouragement and support. And it's good when you see someone that reflects and understand what you wrote. Somebody's giving you a different perspective of what you wrote. And it's making sense, and you love it. So I love that. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and thank you for having me here.
Oh,
It's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity. So I'm
it's
looking forward. I pray that everything will change and you get to come to Nigeria and we meet in person. We discuss face to face. Better.
Well, all going well. If this trouble subsides, I will make it there on the 20th, and then um, we hope to come from Abuja to Lagos for a few days as well. So really, I don't want to bypass that opportunity. So yeah, and if all goes well, my plan is to come back in October to Abuja and Lagos again in October to time it with the Lagos Book Fair in end of October, I think they said it is.
All right, all
When
right, all right.
when
That
book,
that'll be cool. That'll be cool. That'll be
yeah.
cool.
So as I've said to my other guest, Prince, this is or Tunji, this is only the first time, but it's not the last time. So when you
Mm.
have finalized your books and you publish them, be in touch with me, and love to. The door's open. Love to have you back on. Showcase
All
the
right.
book once they hit the ground, once they hit the press. Or you get any other big events like that, please reach out. I'm usually booked up a fair few months ahead, but so let me know as
Yeah,
soon as.
I saw your schedule. You were showing someone your schedule. I was like, whoa, your book club. You are really booked up. I was like, wow, this is a busy person. That's funny.
I think my
And
next.
you're trying. You're doing a good job actually.
Thanks, man. My next available spot is the 10th of July. So, as soon as you know early when you think your book's going to drop, once you've locked in a publisher and so forth, let me know, and then we can lock you in there because I don't, I think your word needs to get out there, be it on social media, be it via hard publications. I think your work needs to be available to people from every corner of the world.
Yeah, I think so too. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really
Ah,
do. That
without
means
it.
a lot. It means a lot.
The other thing that I like with your writing, it's something I try to do in my own writing. I try to use words that are understandable and digestible by people from any walk in life. Doesn't matter what their
Exactly.
education,
Exactly.
doesn't matter if English is their second or third language. I try not to use words that
Thank you.
aren't
Thank
digestible.
you. Yeah. That's what
Think
I do. I want to make it as simple as it is, so people will understand it. I don't want to use big words that somebody before you get it, you now start going to check the dictionary to understand what he's saying. You know, but once you just read, you'll be able to reflect immediately what this guy is talking about. But when you're right, then I have to go and start reading or checking the dictionary to not get the complete meaning of what he's saying. But immediately I drop that, people just resonate, they will understand it immediately. That's why when I post, people read immediately, somebody comments or immediately or just says a message to me that yeah, this resonates with me. This is actually how I feel, you know. But you just posted it. Like the other time, I was saying something like I just wrote 3 lines. I think those lines were just perhaps the reason you're not what you're working on has not been working, or the people you're trying to work with is not working because maybe you're meant to work on your own. Maybe you're meant to. Okay, I use the table. I say maybe the reason why you're not getting to sit on their own table is because you're meant to build your own table. You know, we get to sometimes we see a fancy table, we want to force ourselves in there into a company, we want to force ourselves into that particular company. We write application, we do that. Maybe the reason you are not even getting employed is because you have enough you have enough skills, you have enough talent and all that to start your own thing. You know, you have enough things to start your own thing that okay, you don't need to be under anybody.
Yeah.
Maybe your destiny is you're not meant to be under anybody. You're meant to stand on your own. You're meant to start your own stuff. So that's why it's not working for you to get there. But some people they don't see it that way. You just keep doing the same thing and it doesn't work out. But once they just change their ways and maybe try a different thing, it just blow. You know, it blow up.
Yeah. Look, I think I like I speak for myself. I like my work to be available and understandable and accessible to the rich, to the poor, to the people who got very, I mean, I'm limited to English and that's all, that's the only language I know. To people who English is the second, third, fourth language, whatever, I want to make my work accessible to everybody. If I got one word of wisdom to share with somebody, I want anybody to be able to access that. I'm not writing just to show my capabilities in eloquency or technical sort of skills. I write for just to get a emotion, a message out there to about life, like your own work. You know, so yeah. We got a lot of similarities and a lot in common, my friend. We really do. You know, whole
Yeah,
view
yeah.
on life itself. I really
I,
love that.
I love, and I like that we do. I love that. It's a good one. I like that.
I'd love to hear, please. And remember, this show is not about me. It's all about the featured guests. So I'm happy for you to take the conversations. I'm happy for you to share what work you want. It's all about showcasing Tunji Idris Shittu to the world, to every
Yeah,
corner of the world, who people who yours particularly, you have a lot of powerful messages to help people in life, and there's a lot of people, vast populations out there that don't have access to much, and the only thing standing between them and taking their last breath might be a word that that's shared in one of your poems.
exactly. Exactly.
So, friend, feel free to go crazy, share any pieces you like. Yeah, anything else you want to share off yourself, because I'd like people to know who is the man behind the words in the poetry that they hear. You know, what
Yeah,
drives
well,
you, you know.
for me, when I want to write, exactly when I want to have a good inspiration about a particular thing, I'm a very empathetic person, I have strong empathy. So I try to put myself in somebody else's shoes, to see how they think and all that. So, but most importantly, I write when I write deeply when I'm in a melancholic state. But I don't like that state because sometimes when I enter the melancholy state, it takes a while, it takes a lot of effort to get out of there because it's quite easy to get trapped in the melancholy state. So I don't like that. So I always prefer to write from a point of love when I'm feeling this kind of. I try to put myself and see someone that is in love, someone that feels too much love. So that gives me inspiration to write, compared to the melancholy. So those are the two states that I know that I can write very well. But my words are usually very, very deeper when I'm in the melancholy state. But I'm afraid of that position. So I always run from there because it's a trick. Sometimes when you get stuck there is a problem. But when you don't get stuck, when you're able to get out, fine. When you write, just leave. Once you get what you want, just find your way out.
Mm.
So that's how I always love to do. And when we were talking about a word that you said that can still save somebody's life, I'm a mental health advocate. There was one time somebody recommended a guy that the guy was having issues that was thinking of committing suicide. So she recommended the guy to me that I should talk to the guy. So I befriended him. So we started talking. I tried to understand what his problem was. So we talked. From there, I started sending him quotes and all that. It was changing his mindset, but it was because his mind was already going towards suicide. It was going to suicidal, it was already thinking of it. It was already planning it. So when the thing became so serious, that's when that lady said, okay, this guy needs to talk to someone. So she introduced me to him. So I now said, okay, I still know another professional that is a professional psychologist and, that can actually talk to you. So I recommended it to one lady. She spoke with him. But I still continue sending him quotes. So he told me that the words I sent him changed his life. And today he's living well. He's married, working. When I see him, I always feel proud, because at the point he was thinking about taking his life.
Mm. Mm.
Well, at the point he was thinking about taking his life, is all he's saying. So that's why I say, sometimes God gives you talent, might not because of yourself, might because of other people that needs it. People that needs to hear you, people that needs to. Just like when people bless somebody with money, philanthropists, you know. Their family are not even deal, so they spend the money on other people to help other people out there, you know, build borehole, build water projects, build different things, supply first aid, supply things they need, food and all that, you know. So that's how I see it. You know, sometimes, like I said earlier, sometimes the post I write might not even be about me. I just send it and post to someone there that they out there will read it and say, yeah, this is for me. Thank you for sharing. You know. So
That is so true. You made one statement there that's so true. If we can put ourselves in the other person's shoes, see life
yeah,
from perspective, there'll be less conflicts, right? But
yeah,
the other key thing is when through your poetry, through giving of your time, or be it through spending time, through the words you share, when you can get somebody from the edge of that abyss and bring them back into life, and then you see their lives blossoming, which could have fatally ended at that crucial moment, but instead you see them blossoming. The enrichment you feel in your own heart that you're able to help this person to step away from that cliff's edge and continue to thrive and blossom, that it's so rewarding within. It's priceless.
it's immeasurable. You can't measure it. Sorry, you can't measure it either. It's
No.
ineffable. You can't even describe that. You can't describe it ineffable. You can't describe it with words because that thing is so. It makes you feel. I don't know. It's not that you're feeling proud, you're feeling anything, but you just feel at ease. You know, you feel at peace that okay, yeah, you did something great. You did something worth living for. You did something worthwhile with your time and life. You know, you help someone. You help someone change their thoughts about killing themselves. You know.
Yeah.
So it's a great thing, you know. It's a great thing.
It's a kind of thing that a parent feels when they see their child succeed in something, that satisfaction, that happiness, that joy that you see. Wow, you think this person couldn't not have experienced this part of his life or her life and blossomed and thrive. And quite often those people end up giving so much back to others because they have seen the bottom of the barrel. So they selflessly continue to give to others as well in their life. It's like that chain reaction.
Yeah, that's it. That's a good comparison. I love that. That's a good comparison. I love that. It's a good analogy. Yeah. It's good.
Brother, continue doing what you're doing because the world needs more people like you. It really
Yeah,
does.
yeah. And people like you too. We need more people like you as well.
I'm fast approaching my use by date. I'm well over the halfway mark. So, I've done what I could over the last 65 years. But look, as long as I'm around, I'll continue to do what I can to help people. And
Whoa, you're 65. You don't
yeah,
look it, man. You don't look it, man. I'm just 42. I'm just 42. You see, I still have a long way to go. I'm just 42.
yes. Would you like to share another piece? Or?
All right, let me check. Let me see if I can share that. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see.
And we'll have to talk a bit more about the movie scripts you've written too. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
we'll talk about these ones. And let me look for time. Okay. All right. Let's see time. This one is time. Time teaches us a lot of things. It teaches us to value some things in some things. You know, it teaches us to value something in some things. Meeting her fell into that category. A random and not catastrophic meet, from a simple acquaintance to becoming her friend. from being a friend to becoming a close friend, from being a friend to falling for a for falling for her wholeheartedly with no plan to retreat, from falling for her wholeheartedly to making her mine forever and always. It was time that taught me to love more than I was and ever will be loved. It was time that provided lessons which turned into blessings. These blessings in turn made me realize that in time, God's plan supersedes that of any being. Time brought out the faith in me and made me trust faith with my life and worries. Time healed me and gave her to me with no collateral. Time is precious, but it's never superstitious.
I've read many poems with the title Time, but again, you readily, conveniently, smoothly blend it into human connection, human life.
Exactly.
I love it, man. Love it. Most people just write in different perspectives of time, like in their own sort of narrative, but you turned it so effortlessly into that human connection, the human lessons, the life journey.
Good,
With-
yeah.
And each short little line is a reflection on its own.
Yep,
If one was
exactly.
to,
If you're
yeah,
going to have a deep thought, it's a reflection on it. Exactly. I like
mm,
that. Thank you. Yeah, it is.
it, each
That's
line
someone that gets it. Hmm.
is a trigger for inner reflection. One can meditate on those on singular lines, the concept that you put in each line.
Exactly. Like let me say one. Like this one. Like I said, like it was time that provided lessons, which turned into blessings.
Yes.
These blessings in turn made me realize that it's time God's plan supersedes that of any being. You know,
Yeah.
time is precious, but it's never superstitious. You know,
100.
time brought out the faith in me and made me trust faith. With my life and worries. It brought out the faith, made me have faith in myself and trust faith that faith and destiny, is just something that God has planned. So you see, that's it.
It's those last two lines themselves, to me, they're so powerful in the sense that time's a constant. It changes, stops for no man. But we can either choose to put off things till tomorrow and waste that time, because
Yep,
time's ticking. Or, on the other hand, we can try to do, because we want to get to the end, we race through time, that we fail to realize or experience the journey from A to B because we want to get to this end goal, this end point of whatever that might be. Like you want to be there in your career, you want to be there in your emotional fulfillment, you want to be there in your financial fulfillment. So we're racing to get there because we know time's running out. That because our focus is there, we forget to smell the coffee along the journey, to take in the lessons that happen each day. And you said you were right on the mark. What is meant to be will be.
exactly.
Don't need to make life happen. Trust in fate that you will get. Like a parent would give a child what that child needs to grow. The divine creative force will give us what we are. The tools create the stage, create the interactions, bring the people in, the actors in to teach us the lesson that we need at that time. And that's faith.
Exactly.
Trusting in fate and enjoy each day, learn from each day. Don't waste it, but then don't skip through the day so fast that you miss it. because you're thinking of tomorrow, or living in the past and stagnate here and waste each day.
Point. Exactly.
Yeah. That little piece we could talk about that for hours about time.
That you see, that's why that's why I'm happy that you understand, you get it. It's something deep. Some people just read it on the surface. Just but you get it. You just you read every line with deep connection, because it was that deep thoughts that made me write that. With that deep connection of time, faith. Believing in what's meant for you. That God is the one. That God is the supreme being. Time is precious, but not superstitious. And time waits for no one. You see that. You understand that. Just by me reading it for you at once, just once. I love that. You get that. You get it really.
I find the richest experiences in life that I have witnessed has been simplicity, not extravagance. As we were saying before, both in our styles of writing, we don't try to use extravagant sort of wordplay to show our skills in vocabulary. I keep it simple.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep it digestible and understandable, so that anyone can understand it. And simplicity is beautiful. There is a lot of power, a lot of richness in simplicity. The world needs more souls like you, my friend.
Exactly. And you too, bro.
You don't need to write parables and parables to show your qualities as a poet.
Let me read one more before we go.
Oh, you got
Let me read one more. This death. This about death. This death. The life snatcher, the inevitable terror, the bestowal of grief, the heart stopper, the producer of painful tears unlimited. Awful the path that you create, and unforgettable is the memory you leave behind. Devastation lies in the heart of those you visit. Chaos masked with unkindness. You are not friendly though. You pretend to be a good teacher. Emptiness and soreness you produce as a byproduct. Sorrowful and mournful words you force on the tongue of those afflicted. Why can't you be as kind and beautiful as your name? Why do you visit and dine where you are not wanted? Why do you snatch away the good and young and forget the old, wretched and cruel? Why cause so much pain when you don't even stay to console? Why would you ever get satiated, contented with the souls you have consumed? Sorry, when would you ever get satiated and contented with the souls you have consumed? When and how should I forget you? When you cease to exist as death, perhaps we might never be rid of death, and death will never die.
Yeah. Mate, I could listen to your work for hours. It almost sends you into a meditative, immediately, it sends you into a meditative sort of reflection. And so you just write what comes to mind. You're not instigated or triggered by any experiences when you write these things.
Sometimes I'm thinking about experience actually. I think this death was when somebody died, somebody that was very close to the family. Yeah, that's when it triggered this one. Yeah, I can remember. Somebody that died during that very period. So I wrote about death. But that doesn't come. It comes unannounced. Doesn't care about anybody. Doesn't, whether you're young or old. Doesn't care.
No.
It does what he needs to do. It does what he needs to do and leaves. Doesn't stay back to mourn with you. That's why I wrote that.
Well,
we can never we can never get rid of death because death can never die.
Yep. Yeah. Death in itself is a interesting subject. It's not selective about who it hits, when it hits, right? Young, the old,
Mm.
the poor, the strong, the weak. Death has no, that's the lottery ticket. You don't know when the number drops, right?
Yeah, exactly. You don't know when the number drops.
So
It comes in.
making the best of the gifts and the opportunities we get in life is so important.
Exactly. 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 And that's a good one, actually. A good one.
Now, as a spoken word artist, do you have much opportunity to perform at live events, Tunji?
Yeah, well, I've not really performed at live events, let me not lie. I just do, for example, advertisement for someone, I think one or two people, then the remaining I just been writing, doing my voiceover posting and all that. That's what I do. But I've not really gone to live events. But I'm supposed to be going to spoken word poetry. The time to make time for myself to go, that's the challenge. And since I left Abuja 2 years ago, I couldn't go. That's when it became more prominent in the group I joined. But since I came to Ibadan, Lagos, I've not really joined a place to. But recently, I've gotten a book club in Ibadan here that they deal with spoken word. So I've
Mm.
actually I've registered with them, so I'll have time to go and present a piece one day. So I believe so. And to be frank, sometimes I get shy of the crowd, to just face people and start talking. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, you
You got nothing to feel shy about, my friend. Just
know,
your words are amazing, and and I'm sure your words will be accepted and well received because they are reality, right? Reality on the human journey. The Hopefully when I'm over there, I'll get the chance to go to an open mic or something and see what the scene's like there, just to be a spectator and just hear some of the poets. Because I mean, I've been well, this year, thanks to a Daisy, I've featured quite a few people from Nigeria, and I'm getting exposure to Nigerian poets, which is amazing. Even Frankie Walter in his music, he goes on my playlists all the time. And uh, this week I've got you, and next week, in the next show in 2 weeks' time, I've got another Nigerian poetess featuring. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying the depth and the passion in your work. It really is. So it'd be nice to hear fellow poets there in person and connect with them and meet them. As I said, fingers
yeah,
crossed we get the opportunity to meet. And the poetess in a couple of weeks, she's in Abuja as well. Hopefully, we get the chance to meet. You never know. Like, I'm only there for about 3.5 weeks, and it goes so quickly. And everybody's got a life, busy with life and commitments. So it's fine for me. I'll be on holidays, but you know, you guys will be working and living your normal life. So,
yeah. Yeah.
but I'm
Abuja is
really,
not Abuja is not that big, so I know you guys. If you're going to spend 3 weeks, you guys will be able to see each other at least once or twice. So
yeah.
it
Well,
shouldn't be
God, really
that. Yeah,
be awesome if you
that,
could,
that,
because it really is a nice experience too when you've known people online through our poetry, and then you meet the physical person. It is
yeah, yeah.
like I've
It's a
known
good
Daisy,
feeling.
I've known Daisy for a while, and she's been an avid supporter of this show, but I've never met her in person. So after knowing her
Uh,
for extended time online, it's just like these are the things I live for, Those are the things, these experiences are the things that I take beyond my grave, not the cars, the job statuses, the houses, the materialism, the accumulation. None of that shit goes beyond once I stop breathing. But the experiences, this very experience that you and I share, spending a couple of hours together, discussing life, discussing poetry, getting to know you. 2 hours, those are the experiences that live on forever in my soul.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
believe so. I believe so too. It's a good thing. I'm glad that I actually came here because I love the way you've expressed yourself and the experience you've had. It shows, it speaks for itself. And the way you were able to relate to everything I've spoken so far, even my works that I've just spoken, when somebody is hearing for the first time and able to reflect and understand what you're writing, just like feel like, wow, this is impressive, you know, that sometimes you just feel like, because sometimes it takes explanation to some people before they get it. But some people just feel they look at one side, they don't look at the other, but you saw both sides and you saw both what I was trying to achieve. So that's a great thing, and I'm glad to have been recommended by Daisy to you. You know, so it's a good thing.
it's a pleasure, my friend. It's a pleasure, and gifts are two-way thing, right? It, connecting with you and having you on the show and getting to know more about you is a great honor and pleasure for me as well. And hopefully, I can expose you to the right people that need to hear your words. And I don't mean people who can. Obviously, I like to somebody to meet to elevate you to a higher level of exposure on a global level. But to me, if I can bring your work to that person in a desperate point in their life where your words can help them,
Sure, yeah.
that's a great thing. I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
It's fulfilling.
yeah, it's still good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well, we've got about 30 more minutes, just under 30 minutes, because I'll try to keep the show at 2 hours so I can get the full video.
Oh,
Now,
okay. All right.
once I've posted the YouTube and the Spotify, and I'll share the links with you. And Tunji, please remember this is only the first time, but it's not the last, right? My doors are
Yeah, you
all.
said so. Yeah. Mm.
It really is you fit the whole framework of why I do this show. Your work is the type of work that I want to bring to the corners of the dark corners of the world of people who are struggling.
Yeah. I agree. I would love that because I would love to, like I said, I think I once told someone that I love my work, my words to reach the corners of the earth that maybe I can never reach,
Mm,
My words will travel, they should travel to places that I've never been to or hope to be to, so hope to be there someday. But even if I don't get to those places, then my words get there. And
yep.
people know that such a person exists. Somebody wrote this for us. Somebody
Mm,
made this possible. Somebody changed my life with these words. Even this short thing, even though I have short words, just, yeah. Because you might not, like you said, you might not really know who really needs it, who really in need of it, because you just feel everyone is doing well, but not really, you
mm,
know. Sometimes when I go to Facebook memories, it shows you what you've written before, and all that. So sometimes I see the write-up I wrote before. I may be going through that particular thing. I was like, whoa, so my past self wrote for the future,
yeah.
you know. So I was like, so I wrote this for myself in the future, in the present. I was like, whoa. So this thing was meant for because sometimes when I'm feeling that particular thing, when I just check memories, I'll see what I wrote and I'll see this particular thing. I was like, whoa, this is what wait a minute, I'm feeling this right now. So what I'm saying, so when I wrote this, I was actually seeing the future that I'm gonna need it. So it's funny. I was like, sometimes these things I just feel like even if you don't get to people, it comes back to me. It comes back to me because our emotions are not constant.
Yeah.
They fluctuate. You can be positive, you can be negative today, you can be high, you can be low today, tomorrow. So it depends on how you feel and depends on where you are. Just like that. So life is fleeting. So what do we know? Just keep moving, we keep pushing. We can grab wherever we can and improve on whatever we can and just make life better for all of us.
Yeah.
I always tell people, why try to hinder someone's growth when we can all grow together and we can make it in life together? It's not that hard. Especially when you help someone up, it's a good thing. It makes you feel better as well. You see people trying to push someone down again, or someone that has gone up, someone is trying to pull him down. It doesn't make any sense to you. It doesn't make any sense.
Here in Australia, we call that the tall poppy syndrome. When people see somebody else succeeding and all they want to do is drag them down to, instead of supporting the growth of that fellow countryman or community member, they try to drag them down, and we call it tall poppy syndrome.
So what? Tall Paul syndrome.
Tall poppy. Poppy is the flower that we.
Okay, yeah. Tall poppy syndrome. All right. Yeah. In Nigeria, we call it bad belly, black belly, or bad belly, bad belly.
What is that?
You're just hating on somebody, so your belly now. See, your belly is bad.
Yeah.
Your belly, so you call it bad belly or black belly. Belly, we call it belly. When you say you're speaking pidgin English, Nigeria. When you want to call your belly or your tummy, you say belly. So when someone is a bad belly or black belly, you have a bad belly, you have a black part.
Yeah.
So you want to bring someone else down.
Man, I am so excited about coming. I am counting the days. And I tell you what, if this situation in the Middle East disrupts my travel plans, I am going to be pissed. I will be like a bear in a cage.
I pray they resolve it before then, though.
Man, I'm praying, because honestly, I'm going to be if things get disrupted, I'm going to be a dangerous man. I'll be like a bear in a cage for months if my plans get disrupted. But fingers crossed. Again, I've got to let this go and just trust fate. What is to be will be, right? But
exactly, and what we do will be exactly God. If God wants you to come, you're gonna come definitely at that time.
Yeah.
So it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I believe it's gonna happen. Yeah. So we just have, like you said, we keep our fingers crossed.
Exactly. I'm prepared. I'm preparing, and like I am going to be on that plane. So yeah. Now we've got just over 20 minutes. So is there any pieces you'd like to really get across, Tunji? If you feel free to fire away, rapid fire.
Okay, let me see if I can find another one to read. All right, I think this one is, I called it my sweet portion of love. Let's see what I wrote there. This is it. This is the girl I have loved, kissed, and taken care of. Why does my heart flutter and wants to betray me? Then it began. To the skies that brought down the rain, to the morning that brought hope and smiles, to the evening that brought coolness, to faith that brought me hope, joy, and love in the form of a human being, to destiny that brought us together, to the future that sense of happiness, and to the beautiful memories we will build abundantly and prestigiously, and to the love we can't both wait to share. You are my favorite queen and forever queen. Father always said, when you are sad, think of sweet. You are the sweet I needed this bitter and sour life. You are the sweet portion of love, sweet and healthy as honey. My infinite and personal band of heroine. Suddenly, looking at you, there is my inner bliss, my meaning to life, to the words in my head. My friends and colleagues now complain often that I'm no longer at their back, at their beck and call, rather. They have a man down, yes, because now I have a sense of belonging, something worth fighting for and living for. You are the sweet portion of love, warmth of the sun, and the amazing night light of the moon. Love you from here to Pluto and back, rather. My sweet portion of love. So I sit here so helpless, and a man asking you to be mine forever. Will you do me this honor of being my lady of crime to the eternity? And this one is the next one is Epiphany. I said, my ride or die to the highest sky. My heart flies, rather, yeah. A glimpse of you and my heart flutters with a plethora of smiles. You are my personal band of roaring my elixir. I have to get high to forget missing you, because every moment with you is like the man in a desert without water. I'm like the man who finds the pumps in the desert every time I set my eyes on you. Come closer. You're my forever ride with me to the blissful horizon, to the infinity. To kiss your lips, a taste of immortality, and a quench to the test of my undying love. I am yours yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and a million light years to come. So that's good.
Yeah. You can see that your writing just comes from the heart, that it's inspired. It's not framed trying to match rhyme schemes and blah 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 blah, or stick to structure. You can see it just
comes from here. Yep, it comes from the heart.
Yeah, and I'm a sucker for poetry from the heart. Look, you know, if you want to showcase your eloquency, your skills with grammar, with the skills with language, great. Go knock yourself out. But to me, that profoundness, the deeper sentiments, the stuff that comes from within, it's probably it's the one that I value personally. Not saying everything else is wrong, but at the end of the day, we hear things or we see things through our own individual ears and eyes. And what I hear through my ears in terms of poetry that enriches my heart is pieces, the work that comes from the heart. I appreciate and respect people's ability to rattle off 3 pages of a poem or eloquent wordsmithing and rhyme schemes, but the value I hold is in the message delivered. This is where I admire the Japanese when they write haiku in their proper sense. Within those 3 lines of 575, traditional Japanese haiku writers, they in those 3 lines they put so much powerful content that one could reflect on for a lifetime. You know, just tying in aspects of nature to life. So you don't need to say a lot to get a powerful message across. And every piece that I've heard of from you today, Tunji, has all reflected on that humanness and its association to life, which is great. Anything else you'd like to share? We've got about 15 minutes. I wanted to showcase anything or anything you got coming up that you'd like to tell people about. Anything you got coming up?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I'm working on a motivational book. Just nothing big, you know. I'm working on something like my poetry suggests. You know, I love motivating people. You know, reflecting on life itself and everything. You know, so I feel that I should write something definitely that will not cover it literally, not poetry, just general life experience, sharing my life experience. So the motivational book is gonna be like mixed with my life experience, what I've gone through, what I've experienced, you know. So I'm gonna give you some tips about time, about memories, about hard work,
Yeah.
about working smart, about making judicious use of your time, trusting faith, you know, and trusting faith and having faith in God and all that. So I'm going to share all those with personal experiences and all that in that book. So, and I hope the reason for writing that book is to, like you said, for the book to get somewhere, touch somebody, you know, or somebody to believe that, okay, yeah, I'm not the only one going through this. You know, when you see when you hear another person's experience or an account of what the person has been through, it's like, whoa. So I'm not the only one who has been through this. I'm not the one who has done this, you know. So it will be like, yeah, you know, some people when they experience things like they feel that God hates them, you know,
Yeah.
they feel like this is the end of the world, that they are the only one facing it. But I believe once they read that somebody else experienced it, somebody else went through this, that they are not the only one experiencing it. I believe that they might have a change of heart and all that. So I believe that's what my book will be talking about: the self-reflection, making your life better, then helping others to achieve their goals as well. Like we rightly both agree when you said that helping someone change their mind from suicide or helping someone do something better in life gives you this kind of soothing relief, a fulfillment that nothing can beat. You know, so I believe writing that book and the book gets into the right mind, people making use of it. Aside the financial gain that I hope to achieve, you know, I hope that it makes positive impact in the lives of people. You know, so
It's all the things of value, right? So I can't wait for the books to be out because I really do believe your message needs to be out there. Have you got a approximate ETA of when you hope to finish it or do
yeah,
publish it?
yeah. Well, I'm giving myself 2 months to finish it.
Two
Two
months.
months, but yeah, yeah. But I believe if I'm serious, I should be able to finish before then. If I'm truly serious, if I don't play too much, if I don't procrastinate, you know, I should finish before then. I should finish before then because I'm going to take time off work for a while, so I should use that period to write and do all the things I need to do. You know, because that's the only book left. I finished the poetry. I finished the collection of stories. I finished the novel. You know, I finished the novel. So the only thing left is the motivational book. That's the only thing left for me now. So once I'm done, so I have 4 books ready for publishing.
So 2 months, that'll make it what are we in March? About May. So let's say end of May. Now
Maybe
we
end of May or early June. June is my birthday, so I should give it that as a birthday challenge. I must finish it before my next birthday. You know.
yeah, all right. Well, actually, incidentally, my first book, I didn't plan it, but the day it was released, my very first book happened. It was actually because it was in the hands of my publisher, and it actually got published on my birthday in 2022. And my second book,
Wow.
again, not planned, but the way, because I mean, once you give the manuscript to the publisher, it's their timeline, right? The second book was published right on my father's birthday, and my father was very close to me.
Wow. That's
And
good.
I lost him at a young age, and he was published right on his birthday in 24. So yeah, uh,
All right.
funny. So
He's still alive. Is he still alive, your dad?
no, he passed away when I was 12.
Oh, can you hear me? I say
Yeah,
your dad, is he still alive?
no, he
Oh,
he
okay, okay.
passed away when I was 12 years old.
That's long. Oh, that's a long time. That's a long time.
Yeah. So he's
May
been.
so rest, may so rest in peace.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, he's been gone well over 50 years. So
Yeah, exactly. Over 50 years. Over 50
the
years.
so as I said, I'm booked up till July, so I'm keep in touch with me, and let me know how you're tracking. And when you know your book is, once your publisher's given you a timeline when they'll be able to hit the have it in print, let's lock in a date to have you back on and showcase your books and your work again when your
All
book.
right. I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do
So we
definitely
stay
that.
in touch. Keep me posted on how you're tracking, and the minute you know the dates are looking firm, we'll lock it in.
All right. Thank you. I'm very grateful. Thank you for having me. It's been an honor sharing my work with you, and it's been an honor for you listening and able to relate with it and stay your experience with what your life, and it's been a good one actually. And I'm here. I'm actually fulfilled and happy that I witnessed such a thing in my lifetime. You know, it's good. It's good for me.
Brother, it's a two-way street. It really is. Um, I create this platform to showcase people, but I get so much pleasure as well in getting to know people, because people that I respect and admire their work, and as individuals as well. Uh, as I said, it's I have each guest that I have on this show. I started this back in August 2023, so I'm coming up to 3 years. This is the 68th episode, and I hand select
Wow.
the people that I feature because of their belief in work, or a recommendation of somebody whose judgment I trust. And Yeah, every guest that I've had has brought so much enrichment, and you're no exception, my friend. You brought so much to this show. You brought so much you give so much in your work, so much wisdom and knowledge, and um, things that people need to hear. And often it's the simple things, because the human mind, we're always looking for solutions like way out there when it's right in front of our nose.
Exactly. 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 Spot on. That's the right thing. You know. Hey, there's a saying that what you're looking for might be in your trouser. You have to travel a long way. Somebody always see that the grass at the other side is always greener, but you can wet your own grass to become green as well.
Yeah.
You know, just as well as about finishing.
Uh, As always, thank you to everybody who's been through the room. Luzzie, you've been patiently supporting the room all day. Daisy, Gypsy Soul, Butterfly Me. So funny, you guys are so valued, because I see a lot of people come in and they see it's not an open mic, and it's not a platform for them to showcase their work, and they come in and they're out the door quick. But the ones that stay, you really um, um, showcasing more of you're appreciating the featured guest and supporting that featured guest. Yeah. I think I lost your camera.
No, no, that was my dream. My light just went off because without the power supply had a problem, so I was using a generator. So I guess that was
Yeah,
before
yeah.
it just finished. So
I thought, gee, we've gone so long and we've got a couple of minutes left and he's dropped out. Yeah. So, Tunji, thank you, my friend. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for agreeing to feature on the show. And it has been an absolute
yeah.
having you on. And the door's open for you. It's a swinging door. Whenever you got things happening, anything major events, you're most welcome back.
Yeah, no problem. I'm grateful. Thank you for having me. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm grateful. It's been a pleasure. It's been an opportunity meeting you, and I hope to meet you physically when you come to Nigeria as well. Looking forward to that. Seriously.
Not long, my friend. Hopefully not long.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are we now? Yes, it's already the sixth day of. Well, for me, it's the seventh day of March, because I'm actually a day ahead of.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Next day ahead. Yeah, true, 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 true.
So yeah, not long. Hopefully, I'll be there soon, God willing. But thank you, brother. So when I post this, I'll add you as a collaborator. And also when I create the YouTube and the Spotify, I will send you those links in the next few days as soon as I create them.
No problem. No problem.
Feel free to use them
I'm
any way
looking.
you like to promote
All
you.
right, man. I'll be looking forward to that. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Brother, I wish you well with every step of your journey and continue doing what you're doing because I think your work needs to be heard and needs to be shared.
I am honored. I'm honored. I'm honored to be here. I'm honored. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. God bless you.
Likewise, brother. Stay safe, stay blessed. Thank you, Lazi. Thank you, Daisy, and everybody
Yeah,
else.
yeah. Thank you, Daisy. Thank you, Daisy. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you. Yeah.
See
All
you, brother.
right. Yeah, I see you some other time. Thanks. Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.